Stampers, thanks for coming by today. I've got a fun birthday card to show you that I did at my team birthday party. We had a blast and we made this card that's so simple, and I wanted to show it to you because it's very easy to whip up and has minimal supplies needed. First thing we're going to do is I have a piece of soft sky cardstock cut to 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm using the Decorative Dots embossing folder. I'm going to just run this right through using my multi-purpose platform. And did you know, just a fun little trick, you can roll through about 4 pieces of cardstock in an embossing folder to save you some time. All right, that's all we're going to need for our big shot. So I'm going to get that out of the way so I've got some room here to work. All righty, now I have a piece of cucumber crush cardstock that I have cut to 8.5 by 5.5. I've scored at 4 1/4. I like to score my paper because then when I crease it with my bone folder, I get a very crisp crease. A lot of people have asked me which way to fold my cardstock, and what I like to do is you'll have a valley looking part when you score that kind of goes in, and you'll have a mountain looking part. I always like to fold on the mountain part so the valley's on the inside. It really doesn't make a difference. It's kind of just up to your personal preference. I'm going to take my snail adhesive. You can use any kind of adhesive that you like. I prefer snail. And you notice I just put my snail in the corners, and then I put an extra little bit in the middle just to make sure that it sticks. Okay, now the next part to my card is I have cut one of our tea doilies in half, and I'm going to put just a teeny bit of adhesive. I'm moving this down here so it doesn't stick on my card. And then I'm going to just pop that right on to the card. I will have my supply list at the end of the video, so don't worry about writing everything down. Now, the stamps that I'm using are from my paper pumpkin kits that I get each month. If you have not heard about Paper Pumpkin, it is a great monthly kit that comes. And it is only $20 a month, and that includes your postage. If you're interested in finding out a little bit more about that, just give me a quick email at ann@stampmaven.com and I'll send you all the scoop. Now, what I'm going to do is I have pre-cut this cardstock, which is my Watermelon Wonder, and I have cut it at 5/8 by 3 inches. I'm just going to take my Watermelon Wonder ink. I'm going to ink up my Celebrate stamp. Now remember, whenever you're stamping, this happens to be a photopolymer stamp, and you always want to use a piercing mat to stamp on. The photopolymer sets do not have rubber on them, so you really need another surface to cushion it. And there I've got my Celebrate. I'm going to just set that aside. Now the next step is I'm going to take a piece of washi tape. The great thing about this birthday card is you can make it in any color you like and use any washi tape that you like. And I'm basically, since I've put adhesive down on this doily already, I'm just using this washi tape for decoration. Okay, now I'm also going to just put a little bit of snail on the back here, and I'm going to pop that right on the doily. Now, I have used our balloon punch and some of our Cherry on Top Designer Series paper, and I've already punched out a couple of balloons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a little bit of adhesive on the back, and I'm also going to put a Stampin' Dimensional up at the top here. Okay, and then I'm going to I've got a little bit of something on there. I'm going to set this aside for a minute. I'm going to grab some of my, I'm going to turn off the camera just for a quick sec because I've forgotten my scissors, and I'm going to just go grab them. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I am just going to cut a couple of 4-inch pieces. Again, the length really is nothing too precise. I'm just going to make the string here the tail for our balloons. Okay, so I put that adhesive right here, and I'm just going to attach that piece of baker's twine to the back of my balloon, and then I've put this Stampin' Dimensional on the top because I want it to come down. What did I say? I want it to pop up, and then I'm going to have my tail. What I'm going to do is tuck it right under this Celebrate. Then I'm going to just snip it off right here, and see how it just looks like that balloon string is right behind the Celebrate. Now I'm going to do the same thing with this balloon. I'm going to attach my string right there, my baker's twine, crushed curry, pull off the backing from that dimensional, and I'm going to just place it right here. And you know, I really should have tucked this under before, but hey, doesn't really matter. Okay, there we go. Then I'm going to just cut this off. And again, remember, you can use any birthday stamp, any paper you have. I just love my paper pumpkin stamps. Okay, the last thing that we're going to do to complete our card, I'm going to use my Cucumber Crush pad, my Happy Birthday paper pumpkin stamp. Again, I'm going to stamp right on my piercing mat, stamp my Happy Birthday. Now, I got a very crisp image when I stamped, but let me show you a little trick. If for some reason it was not stamped crisply, all you have to do is take a marker in the same color. I use the thin side of the marker, the journaling, and then you would just come along here and color right in there where it didn't stamp clearly, and voila, it would look perfect. Okay, now last thing we need is our balloon on the inside. So I'm going to ink up my stamp, the tail with my Watermelon Wonder. I'm going to stamp right here. Now I always do the tail first, and the reason is when I come in and stamp my balloon, I will be able to place it exactly where I want it because the tail is already there. Okay, see, isn't that pretty cute? All right, now the last thing I'm going to do is just put some snail in my corners. Remember, we don't have to use up all our snail on one card, although maybe I should have you do that, and then you could just go ahead and place an order for a case of snail. All right, now I'm just going to put this on the inside of my card. Look at that. Wasn't that simple? Now you've got a great birthday card ready to send out. Again, I've got the instructions, the measurements at the end of the video, and the supplies. If you have any questions, remember, just email me at ann@stampmaven.com. And remember, if you don't get my newsletter every month, I send out a newsletter with some great tips, projects, and specials from time to time. So go ahead and visit my blog at stampmaven.com and sign up in the big coral circle. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.